So, is it possible to print tools? I'll show you, yes it is. Also, a couple of idiots and ass wagons, load updates, Rusty, and more in this episode of
The Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and fuzzy studio audience. Yep, you know him, you love him. Joe can't live without him. It's Rusty, the world famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. All right, as I said in the opening there, or the pre-opening, whatever you want to call it. Can you print tools? Yeah, apparently you can. Okay, I know this is a new technology, but this is where I'm too freaking old. 3D printing, you can print stuff like this. This is a tool Junior made for me. Those of you who've been following me a long time, you know who Junior is. He sends me stuff all the time. He sends like air fittings. I've got bags of these things. He sends me tools. He sends me begging strips. He sends Rusty dog food. He's been one of my biggest supporters on the channel for years. And last time I got through the house, he sent this, and I didn't have a chance to put it in the last video. But he says, Clutch, I picked up the hobby of 3D printing. It was inspired by your video to design a tool that would help when you're working with those push lock fittings, the quick release fittings. Okay. He said there's two different types. One has all four on it. That's what I showed you right here. That's what this is for. And you have a handle and everything he made for it. And the other, he made a couple of little mini ones. And he even customized them. They say Clutch Trucker on them, baby. Yeah. So you can get them around the fittings. I'll show you how these work. This is an amazing thing. He said, he wanted me to pass this on to see if this is something, that people would be interested in. I know I would, because whenever I'm trying to get those undone, especially for a fitting that's been on for a while, I'm trying to just take the pliers and hold them with a couple of fingers while I'm stuffing that down and trying to grab the tube to release it with the other hand, and it's just very clumsy. And he came up with these things, and I think this is amazing. Yeah, he goes on to say, please give me your feedback if you have any input to make them even better. I plan on making the next set with a slight angle on each wrench for those fittings that are in very awkward locations. Yeah, this is great, for straight on. And like I say, he's got these, which, again, he customized it for me, for the bigger tubes. And I happen to have a tube, and one of the fittings he sent me so I can show you how it works. Okay, so here's like a standard 3/8 inch airline, okay? Plastic airline. Here's a fitting that's got a 3/8 inch on one side, and I think it's a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch on this other end. And these are the quick release fittings because they have this little collar that pushes down, okay? And when you shove the tube in there and then pull back, it tightens up. It's very simple. So when you're putting something together with these, that's why they're called the quick release fittings. Okay, see, there's the close-up. I push the tube in all the way, and then you pull back, and it's in there strongly, okay? Well, now how do you get it back out? Okay, that's the hard part. You say, I've always been trying to kind of get, pliers around it and hold it with a couple of fingers while I'm doing it. Well, now look, okay, now you can take, this size fits right around the hose, right? And you can use either end, but I'll show you right here. So you do that, and look, then the little collar that he's made pushes on the ring, and then bang, bang, ba-da-da. Well, I just dropped that, but you see how easy that is to undo? Hello! Okay, and then conversely, you could use the one that he made with a little handle on the end, and you just find the right size, because this has got 4 different sizes, where the tube fits in, right in there like that, and then you just gotta pull down on the thing, and it pushes against the collar for you. Hose comes right out. There's been so many instances, especially when I'm under the trailer or something, where boy, this would have come in handy. So I think this is utterly fantastic. I mean, can't get much easier than that. You just pop it right in there, and you could even do it one-handed. Watch, it's going to fly off, but watch this. So I can just hold onto the tool and bing. So now if it's connected on the other end of something, it's not going to pop away like that. But then you just have to hold the tool, you hold the hose, bada boom, bada bing, bada boop. So that is freaking awesome. He's that Junior. He's a man of many talents. He's worked over in there's go back into like November in one of my videos. He came and visited me at Love's near his home in Owensboro, Kentucky. So yeah, he made these custom ones for me with my name on them, and he made this all-in-one tool with a handle on the end. He's going to work on some others. That is awesome, and I'm sure a lot of other drivers out there would love to have that, Junior. So You need to find some company to sell that to or something. But yeah, he printed these. 3D printing.
Yay!
And then he even made me a clutch trucker with Rusty on it. Little magnet for my refrigerator. So a refrigerator magnet. And he printed this off too. How about that? Okay, and on my last video, I was in Whitestown, Indiana at the TA there, getting the kind of the rest of the PM done, since they didn't have that water fuel separator and had to get that done and that air leak taken care of. And yeah, didn't get that video put out till the next day because I was trying to get it done after I was done in the shop there, and I was falling asleep. I had to go to bed. So I think I put it out Monday night. But anyway, yeah, then on my way still to finish up the drive to Berlin, Ohio, where I was delivering on Monday, yeah, ran into a trucker asshat. Oh, smart move. Way to go, driver. And now the clutch trucker zoom and slow-mo. Oh, I didn't mean to take that exit, so I'm just gonna almost cause a crash and come across that exit lane and come into the traveling lane. Yeah, if you missed your exit, take the exit. Bad drivers never miss their exit, or in this case, he took the wrong exit. Just take the exit and then figure it out later. Don't cause another wreck because you're a moron. So I made it on over there to Berlin, Ohio in Amish country. Well, we're definitely out here in Amish country. Berlin, Ohio. This is where I am delivering. There's my view from the front of the truck. And very wet here. Here's all my tracks. Try not to get stuck. You can see in the mirror, I'm up against the dock there. Merit Seed. Passed a store along the way, said B&D shop, or buggy shop and repair. That tells you where I'm at, baby. And while Ezekiel and Jebediah, well, I don't know if those were their names, those are just sound like very Amish names, were unloading me, I did manage to get another load booked that I was picking up the next day, not too far away in Springfield, Ohio. So I just went down to the TA London and got ready to go pick up a load of mustard the next day. Well, so after we delivered in Berlin, Ohio, then went down to the little green flag there. That's the TA in London for the night. Picked up a load the next morning. There's that first orange flag to the left of that. A load of mustard from Weber's. They make mustard and other sauces, and I had to bring that all the way up there to Duluth, Minnesota. Way up there. I've never been to Duluth, Minnesota before. So, of all my years driving, how about that? Someplace new. That was a real quick run. It was, I picked up Tuesday morning, had to deliver the next morning all the way up in Duluth. So that was a quick one. That was a tight one. I made it up to about Chippewa Falls on Tuesday night, delivered in Duluth the next morning, then picked up a load kind of near where that green flag is, down in Hutchinson, Minnesota. Picked up a load of soil going all the way out to Belle Fourche, South Dakota. Stayed there at that green flag. That's the new TA Express in Mankato on Wednesday night after getting loaded. Then made it all the way across and delivered there in Belle Fourche, South Dakota on Friday morning. Oh, and after I got unloaded in Duluth and I'm heading back down to Hutchinson, Minnesota, then look at this asshat who just tried to slide between me and another car. We got traffic lights. You know, this isn't going to help you.
If you will. Like, I just remember being told that therapy was for white people.
And now the clutch trucker zoom and slow-mo. And remember, this is what it looks like inside the truck. They come flying by, barely enough space to get around, almost clip that car, barely make it in front of me. What an asshat. They were in a BMW. Need I say more? Okay, yeah, so then stayed in Mankato after picking up in Hutchinson, loaded topsoil, going to Belle Fourche. And then that load delivered in Belle Fourche set me up for the kitty litter. That's actually Rapid City. I was a little bit further up, going to that little corner of the state up there in Wyoming to pick up the kitty litter on Friday after I delivered in Belle Fourche. Stayed in Rapid City because of some nasty roads. I'll show you that in a minute. And then, yeah, today is Saturday, so we made it all the way down here is where I am, Council Bluffs, Iowa, and we deliver Monday morning, 5:15 a.m. at the little checkered flag there in Bentonville, Arkansas. So after we delivered in Belle Fourche on Friday, the winds were terrible out of Minnesota on my way over, but then make that delivery, went up to Colony, Wyoming to pick up the kitty litter because I got that one booked because it's only 35 miles away. no snow predicted, and then look what happens. Getting loaded here in Colony, Wyoming at the American colloid plant. Yeah, this is snow that I wasn't supposed to be encountering today. Gotta love it. It's coming down pretty good. Lovely, lovely. Yeah, so then right after that, I was going to try to make it back to at least Kadoka, where I'd stayed the night before at the Badlands Travel Center. And look at this. Yeah, this is what the roads looked like. And there were cars sliding all through Belle Fourche. And here's another thing. This is where other people aren't paying attention. Somebody behind me in the left lane on I-90, kind of near Sturgis, thought I was just being a jerk. Well, there's a pickup coming up the on-ramp to get on, and I'm in the right lane. I see this guy coming up. He's going about 35 miles an hour. We're going all about 60, and he's starting to fishtail all around, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to crash into this guy. So I look at my left mirror and make sure there's enough room. There's cars, probably a couple car lengths behind me, but I got to slide over to avoid crashing into the pickup. Well, then after I get over and then come back over, they flash their brights at me. They're honking at me as they go by. They thought I was just being a jerk. Because they, unlike me, are not looking ahead of their own vehicle any farther than a few feet. And noticing that there's a vehicle coming on, I had to get over to avoid crashing into them. And I had to inconvenience them a little bit, and they had to slow down. And yet I'm the jerk. No, saved everybody from crashing, but yeah, somehow I'm an asshat. I say it all the time, I hate frickin' people. Yeah, so then only made it to Rapid City, and I had to park there for the night, and here's what it looked like when I was parked there. Yeah, all this snow that really wasn't in the forecast and certainly wasn't on the radar or anything, and all of a sudden just came out of nowhere. So I didn't make it as far as I'd wanted to. So yeah, kitty litter delivered in the Walmart Distribution Center in Bentonville, Arkansas, Monday morning at 5:15. I already have another load booked. Picking up tissue. I've picked up this one a couple of times in either Pryor, Oklahoma, or Tulsa. This one's picking up in Pryor. That I'll pick up by noon on Monday. That goes back to Cheyenne for a Wednesday morning 6 a.m. delivery. And I'm going to scoot through York and finally maybe get this other steer tire done. I've been looking into trying to get the next extended warranty on this truck because the current one ends April 1st. So I want to make sure I have that in place because, you know, without that, you can just get screwed. I mean, that one box would have cost me 15 grand without that warranty. So I have learned my lesson. Make sure you have a warranty in place. So they have to do an inspection on the truck. And then I'm going to get the, I have just a leaking fuel injector seal. Very, very minor leak, but I have to get that fixed before the inspection. Luckily, the Freightliner will pay for the inspection once that's fixed because they're the ones selling me the warranty. So, you know, they're going to give you something. And then the lignite did finally come through again out of Glen Rock. So after I deliver Wednesday morning to Cheyenne, I'll shoot on up to Glen Rock to pick up the lignite going back to Wisconsin. And that gave me a chance to then run back through the doctor again. I've been, you know, taking my blood pressure daily. So they're going to have me come up back in. And most likely they're going to prescribe something so I can get that in check. So that soon I can go back again and get my health card redone and get something more than a 3-month health card. What do you think? Because after all, gotta keep working to earn money for the fam. That's what I'm all about. Well, thanks for tuning in for that one. Just a little quick update. And these are just so freaking cool. Junior, you're freaking awesome. I had no idea this was even possible. That's not your treat, all right? That's coming up. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. Please like and comment. Get your comments as soon as I can. Sometimes takes a few days because I'm a working truck driver. I've actually been pretty good about that lately. Clutch Trucker on Instagram, Clutch Trucker on Twitter X, Clutch Trucker 5 on TikTok. I haven't updated that in a while. Usually some rusty stuff on there. He thinks I have something in my hand. They're coming, buddy. They're coming. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty. Out. Hey, Commander. What's the problem? We're shutting the road down because of the storm. It's not a storm. It's just a couple of flakes. Listen, pal. You got those flakes on your head. We're shutting the road down, so you got your choice. Either go back to Puxatony or stay here and freeze to death. I'm thinking... Okay, you ready? Are you ready? It's above your head. It's up here. There you go. Oh, you find it? He's all over it. Like wet on rice. Like hair on a gorilla. And why? Sing it with me, because he's a begging strip dog. He's a begging strip dog. Sometimes he eats too fast and he starts to cough. He's a bag of strip dog. Oh yeah, get those last little pieces down there, buddy. Enjoy your bacon strip bounty. You've earned it. You've done your opening and stuff. Alright, happy dog look!